A dimly lit street corner, rain pouring down, and a woman huddled against a brick wall, clutching a crumpled dollar bill in her trembling hand. I never thought a single dollar could change my life, or anyone else's. But in the hands of the right person, even the smallest act can ignite a miracle. The story begins in a bustling city, showcasing the stark contrast between towering skyscrapers and the harsh realities of life on the streets. The camera pans over busy sidewalks, ignoring the homeless until it settles on the protagonist, a middle-aged woman, disheveled and exhausted, sitting near a cafe entrance. Her name is Anna, a former small business owner who lost everything to a series of personal and financial tragedies. Now homeless, she spends her days surviving and her nights reflecting on a life she barely recognizes. Her one possession? A dollar bill she saved for an emergency meal. The scene subtly shifts to show a luxury car pulling up outside a high-profile tech conference happening nearby. A quick, fleeting shot of Elon Musk stepping out of the car hints at his presence in the story, though no interaction happens yet. Anna sits silently, watching people enter the conference, imagining the lives they lead. She's on the verge of giving up, but something in her gut tells her to hold on just a little longer. The voiceover teases. What she didn't know was that destiny had been quietly watching, preparing to step in with a twist she could never see coming. Anna wasn't always homeless. Just 5 years ago, she was a thriving bakery owner in a small town. Her shop, Sweet Haven, was the heart of her community, a place where neighbors gathered for coffee, laughter, and warmth. She had built the business from scratch, pouring her heart into every pastry and every interaction. But life unraveled in cruel ways. First, her husband's unexpected death left her emotionally shattered and drowning in medical bills. Then, a fire destroyed her bakery, leaving her with nothing but debt and regret. Despite her best efforts, Anna couldn't rebuild. Now, she lives on the streets of a bustling city, a stranger to the life she once knew. Sensory imagery of Anna's world. The audience sees Anna waking up on a cold park bench. Her coat, patched and thin, does little to block the icy wind. The city buzzes around her, cars honking, pedestrians hurrying by, but Anna is invisible to them. She clutches her dollar, the faint aroma of freshly baked bread from a nearby cafe mocking her hunger. The camera lingers on her hands, rough and calloused, a stark contrast to the delicate pastries she once crafted. Anna's eyes, though weary, still carry a flicker of resilience, as if daring the world to give her a reason to hope. Elon Musk's backstory and setup. Cut to Elon Musk, sitting in the back of his Tesla, staring out the window. He's not the man people think he is. Behind the confident exterior lies a relentless drive shaped by his own struggles. Flashbacks show glimpses of a young Elon, bullied in school, endlessly tinkering in his garage, dreaming of changing the world. Now, as one of the world's most powerful innovators, Elon faces an internal battle. The weight of his success has left him disconnected from the simple joys of life. He attends meeting after meeting, but the thrill of innovation has faded. He wonders, what is the point of all this if it doesn't make a difference where it matters most? For Anna, this dollar isn't just money, it's survival. But it's also a symbol of the life she's lost, the hope she clings to. She doesn't want pity. She wants to feel human again, to believe in the possibility of redemption. For Elon, the stakes are more existential. He's searching for meaning beyond wealth and success. When he spots Anna, someone society has forgotten, something stirs within him. Could she represent the human connection he's been missing? As Anna watches people enter the tech conference, she notices a woman drop her wallet and sees Elon pick it up. Their eyes meet for a fleeting moment before he disappears into the building. A street vendor, noticing Anna's predicament, mutters, "Careful who you trust. Not everyone's as they seem." The camera lingers on Anna's dollar bill, the words "In God we trust" catching the light, hinting at a greater purpose. Anna's life takes a sudden turn one cold afternoon as she wanders through the streets, clutching her dollar. She spots Elon Musk, exiting the tech conference, surrounded by bodyguards and flashing cameras. Her heart races. This is the moment she's been dreading and hoping for. She knows it's her last chance to try to change her life. She approaches him hesitantly, stepping out of the shadows where she's been living for months. The crowd around them seems to part as if they know she doesn't belong there. Holding out her dollar, she says, "This is all I have left, but maybe it can help you see what's important. Please take it." First reactions and shock. Elon freezes. He's never been approached like this. His eyes widen, and for a moment, it's as if time stands still. The sharp contrast between Anna's ragged, weathered appearance and his polished suit is jarring. He doesn't take the dollar immediately. Instead, he looks at her in disbelief. "You want me to take your last dollar?" he asks, his voice a mixture of confusion and something deeper, perhaps a hint of guilt. For a split second, the camera focuses on Anna's face. Her weathered features etched with desperation, yet a quiet strength emanates from her. This is not about money. It's about connection, a plea for someone, anyone, to understand her humanity. Twist number 1. A sudden decision. Elon hesitates but takes the dollar. Before he can speak, the crowd pushes in, and his bodyguards begin ushering him away. As they walk off, Elon looks back, only to find Anna disappearing into the crowd. He's left holding the dollar, but his thoughts are consumed by the encounter. That night, as Elon stares at the dollar in his hand, a feeling of unease washes over him. He tosses the dollar on his desk, telling himself it's a trivial gesture. But deep down, the exchange nags at him, a connection he can't explain. The next morning, he makes an impulsive decision. He's going to track her down. He wants to understand why this moment felt so significant. Anna struggles. Meanwhile, Anna's situation worsens. The weather turns colder, and her health begins to deteriorate. She tries to get a meal at a shelter, but her dignity is shattered when she's turned away because there's no space. The world feels even colder now, a place where she's invisible. One night, as she sits in an alley with her only possession, the dollar, a street kid approaches her. He's younger, disheveled, and hungry, but his eyes are sharp. He asks her for the dollar. Anna, torn between her empathy and self-preservation, hesitates. She finally hands it over, believing the boy needs it more than she does. Twist number 2. The unexpected betrayal. The next day, Anna returns to the same spot, hoping to find a new source of income. To her surprise, the boy is there again. But this time, with a group of older men. They see her, and the situation takes a dark turn. The boy has lied, telling them Anna was easy prey for picking pockets. They surround her, making threats. Just as the tension rises, a voice calls out, "Leave her alone." It's Elon. He's arrived just in time. The confrontation is tense, but the men back down, realizing who Elon is. He stands before Anna, breathing heavily from the confrontation. Anna is stunned, not just by his presence, but by the forcefulness of his defense. Unlikely alliance. Elon, with his bodyguards at a distance, offers Anna help, shelter, food, money. But Anna refuses, her pride preventing her from accepting charity. Instead, they talk. Elon listens to her story, and for the first time, he sees the humanity in her struggle. Over the next few days, their paths cross again and again, almost by chance. Elon begins to visit the streets where Anna hangs out, bringing her small gifts of food and necessities. But it's not the material things that connect them. It's the shared moments, the quiet understanding that builds between them. As Elon opens up about his own feelings of loneliness and disconnection from the world, Anna begins to see him not as a wealthy billionaire, but as someone searching for something deeper. Twist number 3. The reveal of hidden truths. During one of their conversations, Elon drops a bombshell. He's considering selling his companies and stepping away from the public eye. He tells Anna that he feels his life has become a machine, disconnected from anything real. Anna is shocked, not just by his confession, but by the fact that he's sharing something so personal with her. She can't help but wonder, is he just using me as an outlet, or does he really see me? The tension grows. Anna's mistrust deepens. She's been hurt too many times before, and the idea that Elon might be playing some kind of game with her nags at her. But then, he does something unexpected. A moment of vulnerability. One evening, as they sit under a flickering street lamp, Anna asks, "Why are you really here? What do you want from me?" Elon doesn't answer immediately. He looks at her, and for the first time, his mask of confidence cracks. He admits, I don't know anymore. I came here because something about you, about this moment, feels real. Anna, her heart racing, responds, maybe it's the thing we both need. Maybe we both need to be reminded that life can be more than just survival. The world around them feels alive with the energy of this connection. Yet the growing tension between trust and fear looms over every conversation. They're teetering on the edge of something life-changing, but the weight of their choices threatens to tear them apart. As they walk away from the conversation, the camera lingers on the dollar Anna once offered Elon, now tucked carefully in his pocket, an emblem of the fragile bond they've formed. The scene opens with a quiet moment between Anna and Elon, set against the backdrop of a slowly setting sun. They're sitting on a bench in a park, the city bustling around them, but they are in their own world. It's as if the chaos of their separate lives has momentarily quieted, and they are finally able to be vulnerable with one another. Anna smiles faintly, her guard lowered. I never thought I'd be sitting here with someone like you. Talking like this, she says, a hint of disbelief in her voice. You're not like the others. Elon looks at her, his face softening. And you're not like the others I meet. This feels real. There's a tenderness between them now, an unspoken understanding that both have been searching for something they can't quite articulate. They sit in silence for a moment, the world moving on around them. The sudden disruption. But just as the calm seems to settle, the moment is shattered. Elon's phone buzzes violently in his pocket. He pulls it out, his expression shifting from peace to shock in an instant. A headline flashes on the screen, Musk's fortune falls. Investors withdraw amid financial crisis. The tone is dire, with pictures of Elon looking distressed and headlines questioning his ability to lead his companies. Anna looks at him, confusion spreading across her face. What's happening? Without saying a word, Elon stands abruptly, his hands trembling slightly. His facade of control is gone, and in its place is a raw, vulnerable version of the man Anna has been getting to know. I didn't know it was this bad, he mutters to himself. He looks at Anna, but there's something in his eyes, desperation, fear, and something darker. I thought I could hold it all together, but I was wrong. Trust shattered. As Elon rushes to make calls, Anna's confusion morphs into concern. She watches him, her own emotions a swirl of sympathy and anxiety. Then, something unexpected happens. One of Elon's bodyguards, who has been trailing him from a distance, approaches Anna. The guard speaks in a low, almost conspiratorial voice. Don't trust him. He's not who you think he is. Anna recoils, startled by the sudden accusation. What do you mean? The bodyguard's eyes flicker nervously before he continues. He's been using you, Anna. This whole connection, it's just part of his PR stunt. He's trying to rehabilitate his image. Don't let him fool you. The words hit Anna like a physical blow. She's frozen, unable to process what she's just heard. For a moment, she doubts everything she's come to believe about Elon. Is it true? Has he been playing her the whole time? Or is this just another cruel twist of fate? Anna's world tilts on its axis. She feels betrayed, angry, and hurt. She gets up, backing away from the bodyguard's words, shaking her head. The camera captures the emotions swirling inside her. The tightness in her chest, the sting of disappointment. When Elon turns back to her after the phone call, his face crumples slightly at the sight of her. What's wrong? He asks, his voice edged with panic. I don't know who you are anymore, Anna snaps, her voice trembling. You've been pretending this whole time, haven't you? The stories you told me, was any of it real? Elon is taken aback by the accusation, his usual confidence faltering. Anna, listen. But she cuts him off, her voice rising with frustration. No, you can't just play with people's lives and expect them to thank you for it. Maybe I was just your project, a way to fix your image while you make billions off the backs of people like me. I was just a tool, wasn't I? Her words land with brutal force. The pain is evident in her eyes, but beneath it, there's also a sense of betrayal that cuts deeper than anything else. This isn't just about the dollar anymore. It's about her belief that someone, anyone, could truly see her. A moment of truth. There's a long, agonizing pause. Elon's eyes are filled with regret, and for the first time, he doesn't have a ready answer. Instead, he says something no one ever expected him to say. I didn't mean for it to get this far. I came to you because I needed to believe in something real. I thought if I could help you, if I could make a difference, it would prove that I wasn't just a machine, that I still had something human left in me. The confession hangs in the air, a vulnerable admission that shocks both of them. Anna's anger is still palpable, but beneath it, something shifts. For a brief moment, she sees the man behind the mask. The person who, like her, is struggling to find meaning in a world that seems to have lost all sense of humanity. Shocking revelation, a hidden truth about the dollar. As they stand there in the quiet park, the camera zooms in on the dollar bill Elon has kept in his pocket. He takes it out slowly and hands it to Anna, his hands shaking. This isn't just about money, he says softly. This is the only thing I have left that means anything to me. It's the only thing I can give you that's real. Anna stares at the dollar, her mind racing. The words, "In God we trust," seem to mock her now, her faith in humanity shattered. But as she takes it, something in her shifts. This gesture, simple yet profound, reignites a flicker of hope within her. Maybe she's been wrong about him after all. The dilemma. Just as they are about to speak again, Anna's phone buzzes. It's a message from the boy she gave her last dollar to, the one she thought had betrayed her. The message reads, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I needed that dollar to survive. Please forgive me." Anna looks at Elon, their eyes meeting. This revelation, this emotional twist, could change everything for both of them. The weight of the moment is heavy, and the camera zooms out slowly, leaving the audience on edge, wondering, who is telling the truth? What will happen next? The camera opens on a tense, electric atmosphere. Anna stands at the edge of the park, staring down at the crumpled dollar bill in her hand. It's the symbol of everything that's gone wrong, and yet, in its simplicity, the last thread of hope she clings to. The dimming light casts long shadows over the city as the weight of the moment settles over both of them. Elon is several paces behind her, his eyes darting between Anna and the phone in his hand. He's been trying to make another call, but his words falter every time. His earlier confession, the one where he admitted to needing something real, echoes in his mind. But with the stakes higher than ever, he knows this is the moment where everything changes. The confrontation. Anna, heart pounding, takes a deep breath. "I can't keep doing this, Elon." Her voice is steady, but there's an underlying tremble. You don't get to play with people's lives just because you're lost. You don't get to fix yourself by fixing others. Elon's face hardens. "I never meant to hurt you. This is the only way I know how to cope. I didn't mean to manipulate you." Anna turns to face him, her gaze unwavering, her body language defiant. "But you did. You manipulated me, Elon. And you've been doing it for years, to everyone. I'm not just another project for you to fix, and I won't stand here and be a pawn in your games anymore." The harshness in her words stings, and Elon flinches, the truth sinking in. His defense crumbles. The man who's conquered industries, built empires, now stands vulnerable, his voice quiet but intense. "You don't understand. I didn't know how else to survive this. How do you survive when everything around you is crumbling, when you've lost your way?" The dollar's true meaning. Anna's grip tightens around the dollar, and she looks at it as if seeing it for the first time. The symbol of trust. The symbol of sacrifice. She slowly raises her eyes to Elon's, a spark of realization igniting in her. "I thought this was just a symbol of your guilt, but maybe it's yours too. Your last hope, your last chance." Elon looks at her, confusion clouding his face. "What are you saying?" Anna steps toward him, the intensity of her emotions building. "This isn't just about money. It's about what we believe in. It's about giving someone a chance when everyone else has given up. Maybe we've both been wrong, but we don't have to be anymore." With a sudden, almost reckless motion, she presses the dollar back into Elon's hand. It's a powerful gesture, one that flips the narrative. It's not about redemption anymore. It's about forgiveness. The sudden shocking turn. Before Elon can react, a figure steps into the frame. A person from Elon's past, someone who has been watching this entire scene unfold from a distance. It's one of his former business partners, the one who betrayed him years ago, the one whose actions led to the financial crisis he's now facing. The man sneers as he approaches, his voice filled with venom. You think you're the only one who has problems, Musk? You think you're the only one who's lost everything? Elon's jaw tightens, his eyes narrowing. I didn't come here to fight. But the former partner isn't done. No, you came here to play the victim. Well, you're not going to get away with it this time. I've already made sure of that. The tension crackles in the air as the man pulls out a document, one that details Elon's financial collapse, his investments, and the deals that were made behind closed doors. Deals that could potentially bring everything crumbling down for good. This is the end of the road for you, Musk. There's nothing left for you to fall back on. Anna's eyes widen as she sees the document. You did this? You planned this? Elon's voice is cold, but there's an edge of desperation. I didn't do it. I didn't plan any of it. You don't understand, Anna. It's all been manipulated. Everything. They're the ones who wanted me to fail. Anna's moment of truth. The walls seem to close in on Anna as the reality of the situation hits her. Her mind races. What does this mean for Elon? What does it mean for her? Can she really trust him after everything that's happened? But then, something shifts inside her. The raw emotion, the pain, the heartache. They all come together in one final realization. Forgiveness isn't about perfection. It's about accepting someone, flaws and all. She steps forward, standing between Elon and the former partner. Enough, she says, her voice steady and filled with authority. You've done enough. This is his life, his choice. He may have fallen, but you won't be the one to bring him down further. The former partner glares at her, his fury boiling over, but he knows he's lost the battle. Slowly, he retreats, the document still in his hands, his eyes filled with rage. As the former partner disappears into the shadows, the camera turns back to Elon and Anna. The world has changed around them, and so have they. There's a palpable silence in the air as they both come to terms with what's happened. Elon reaches out for Anna, his voice softer now. I don't know how to thank you. You didn't just save me from the world. You saved me from myself. Anna looks at him, her gaze unflinching. We both need saving, Elon. But this time, we'll save each other. The weight of the moment hits them both. The tension is gone, replaced by something raw, something genuine. They stand together, two people who have been broken, yet somehow found a way to heal. The final decision. The camera zooms out, capturing them standing side by side. The sky overhead is now a brilliant hue of twilight, the last light of day slipping away. As the screen fades to black, the final words echo in the air. Maybe the journey to saving others starts with saving yourself. A new beginning. The camera opens with the faint sounds of the city in the background, now more peaceful. The once tense and chaotic scene has quieted. The sun has fully set, and a soft twilight blankets the streets. Anna and Elon stand together, though a respectful distance separates them. There is no need for words just yet. Their journey, full of mistakes and revelations, has led them to this moment. A new chapter, though still uncertain. Elon, his shoulders heavier than they've ever been, takes a long, deep breath. I thought I had all the answers, Anna. But after everything, I've realized I've only been running from my own truths. Anna, her face softer than before, watches the city lights flicker to life in the distance. Her eyes, though tired, reflect an unexpected calm. It's never too late to face the truth. I've been hiding too in my own way. I thought I could outrun my fears, but here we are, together. It's time to own it. The two of them sit on a nearby bench, the quiet between them comfortable, but not without weight. Elon, now more relaxed, looks at Anna, his voice carrying a genuine remorse. I've hurt so many people. You're not the first, but I want to change that. I want to be better. Not for my empire, but for the people who actually matter. Anna's eyes soften as she listens. She's come to understand that the journey isn't about perfection, but about the effort to make things right, to confront the past instead of hiding from it. She knows that Elon's growth is just beginning, but for the first time, she believes in it. There's nothing wrong with wanting to change. But change has to start with honesty, even if it's painful, she replies quietly, her gaze never leaving the horizon. Subtle closure, lingering questions. The camera slowly pulls back, revealing the two of them still sitting together in the peaceful twilight, their presence now a symbol of the healing they've begun. But there is a question, an unspoken tension still hanging in the air. Where do they go from here? Have they truly healed? Or is this just the beginning of a new battle? As much as Anna has given Elon a chance, as much as she stepped into the unknown with him, she knows she has her own scars to deal with. Has she learned how to trust again? Can she truly forgive herself? For Elon, the price of redemption is steep. The emotional weight of his past choices still weighs on him, and though he's made strides, his future remains uncertain. Will he be able to build something meaningful this time? Or will the shadows of his old ways catch up to him? As the camera fades to a wider shot of the night, the city now sparkling beneath the stars, Elon speaks again, softer this time. I don't know if we'll ever be perfect, but I think maybe it's okay to just keep trying. Anna smiles, the weight of her own journey reflected in her quiet reply. I think that's all any of us can do. Keep trying. The screen slowly fades to black, leaving the audience with the question, how far can one person go to change their story? As the video begins to fade, the emotional weight of the story lingers. The screen shows a simple message in text. In our search for redemption, we often lose pieces of ourselves, but we also find pieces of others. The music softens, inviting the audience to pause and reflect on the deeper meaning. The narrator's voice, calm but filled with contemplation, speaks over the image. In the end, Anna and Elon's journey teaches us that redemption isn't a single moment, it's a process. We may have to face painful truths, confront the mistakes we've made, and come to terms with the fact that the people we hurt may never fully forgive us. But that doesn't mean the journey is over. It can be the beginning of something new, something better. The screen now transitions to a personal, direct message for the audience, inviting them to engage with the themes of the story. Imagine standing in Anna's shoes, with your back against the wall and your last dollar in your hands. Would you trust someone like Elon Musk with your last bit of hope? Would you risk everything for the possibility of a second chance? What do you think is the true price of loyalty? Is it worth sacrificing everything for someone who may not even understand the value of your trust? And finally, what would you do if you found out that the path to redemption was much harder, much more painful than you ever imagined? The music builds slightly, offering a feeling of contemplation as the final screen message reads, sometimes, the hardest choice we make is to forgive, to trust again. But without that, can we ever truly move forward? If you found this story thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Your support helps us bring you more heartfelt journeys that inspire and challenge us all. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What would you have done in Anna or Elon's place?